Northern Virginia, two people stopped their car for a routine visit and crossed paths with someone who shouldn't have been there. What they reported that night sounded strange, yet specific enough to be documented. That encounter became the first confirmed sighting of the Bunny Man. October 19, 1970, Guinea Road, Fairfax County, Virginia. An Air Force Academy cadet named Robert Bennett and his fiancée parked their car near a residential area while visiting family. The engine remained running. The surroundings felt calm and familiar. Movement appeared behind the vehicle. Without warning, the passenger side window broke inward. Glass scattered across the seat. Outside the car stood a man dressed in white, holding a long-handled tool. He shouted accusations about trespassing and claimed he had written down their license plate number. This was the first documented encounter with the Bunny Man. The figure showed no hesitation. The Bunny Man stood close enough to be seen clearly, yet his presence felt deliberate rather than rushed. Bennett immediately drove away. After reaching safety, they noticed something that confirmed how close the encounter had been. The tool used to break the window was inside the car. Police responded that night. Officers photographed the damage, collected the object, and conducted interviews. Bennett described the Bunny Man wearing a white suit and headwear that rose upward in long shapes. His fiancée recalled the head covering differently. She described a white, structured shape rather than ears. Despite those differences, both accounts placed the Bunny Man at close range and confirmed the confrontation happened exactly as reported. With no suspect and no explanation, the incident was logged and monitored. At first, it appeared isolated. That changed quickly. 10 days later, less than a mile away, a construction security guard named Paul Phillips was patrolling an unfinished housing development in Kings Park West. The area was mostly empty, with homes still under construction. On the porch of one house, he noticed a figure wearing a rabbit costume. The outfit was light-colored and bulky. The Bunny Man was striking the porch structure with a long-handled tool. Phillips approached. The Bunny Man turned toward him and issued a warning, telling him to leave the area. The threat was brief and direct. Phillips returned to his vehicle to contact authorities. When he came back, the Bunny Man was gone. Police searched the surrounding area with multiple units. No costume was found. No tool was recovered. No physical evidence suggested where the Bunny Man had gone. The second incident was officially recorded. Two encounters now existed within a short time frame. Both involved similar behavior. Both occurred in the same general area. At this point, the Bunny Man was treated as an active concern, and public awareness accelerated everything. Local newspapers published details of the encounters. The phrase, "man in a bunny suit," appeared in headlines and reports. The nickname spread quickly. Calls began coming into the police department. Dozens of people reported sightings of the Bunny Man. Some described a figure near construction sites. Others mentioned movement near wooded areas. Many reports involved brief glimpses, followed by the figure disappearing. Police investigated each report. No additional evidence was recovered. Despite that, the effect on the community was noticeable. Parents restricted children's movement. Schools reported absences. Evening routines changed. The Bunny Man created disruption without ever being identified. Internal police notes later reflected the challenge. Many reports lacked consistency. A large number came from younger witnesses. Still, the volume of concern forced continued investigation. The Bunny Man no longer existed only in reports. He existed in shared awareness. Over time, the story began attaching itself to the environment. Years later, the Bunny Man became associated with the Colchester Overpass, a narrow railroad tunnel surrounded by trees. One lane, isolated even during daylight hours. The setting carried atmosphere on its own. Early police reports from 1970 never mentioned this location. The original Bunny Man encounters occurred elsewhere. The connection formed later. Teenagers shared stories. Dares were passed along. Each retelling added detail. The Bunny Man shifted from a person to a presence tied to the location. By the time the story reached later generations, the Bunny Man was no longer described as someone in a costume. He was described as something expected to appear. That transformation followed a familiar pattern. When nothing ever gets cleared up, stories start building on their own. The Bunny Man became part of local folklore without ever being identified. What remains confirmed is simple. In the fall of 1970, multiple people reported encounters with someone dressed in a rabbit-like outfit who behaved aggressively, and authorities were unable to determine who the Bunny Man was. Everything else formed gradually. The story endured because nothing ever replaced it with certainty, and once a name enters a community without an explanation attached, it tends to stay.